Goal seeking. So what do you do when you have a goal in a design but you don't know how to get there? You know what you're willing to change, but you don't know what the exact input value is that would result in the exact output that you're seeking. There's a very cool feature in the 2D environment as well as the 3D environment, Part 3D and assembly environment, called GoalSeek. In combination with GoalSeek, we're going to use an area command. We need to know the perimeter of this belt. Imagine this is a serpentine belt on the front of an automobile or a lawnmower or something like that. We need to know the perimeter. The first step is to measure the perimeter, and the area in the evaluate group, a little different than the measure area, actually creates a persistent area object. So what that does is in the variable table, it will create these variables that can constantly monitor. There's the perimeter of the area right there. I'll go ahead and maybe just copy that in case I need that. Here I've got just a little call out that is just for visuals. I think that might be it. Perimeter. Okay, so that's just kind of giving me a little reference for feedback. That's the current perimeter right now. We could certainly click on this number and just sit here and play with it, but I need it to be exactly 15. I could just sit here and type numbers in all day and may not hit it. So under inspect, I go to GoalSeek, and my goal is the perimeter. And I can verify that by seeing that, yes, I know that that's approximately 14.3. You can pluck the value off a dimension if there happen to be one. And we want a target of 15. We know we can buy a belt off the shelf that's 15 inches long or what have you. You can choose a variable that you'd like to drive, or you can use this handy little picker for, or whatever you want to call it. It will actually find that variable associated with that value. Nice little option there. So what will happen now when I hit the accept is it will run a little loop and iterate on that variable until it achieves. Now it'll run for a certain amount of time because you don't want it to lock your computer all up, or a number of loops. And we'll just hit accept. And you can see how it honed in on that 32.580937 as an angle that gives me exactly a 15 unit length perimeter. Let's take another look at a different goal seeking operation here in a part modeling environment. We need to know the volume. Imagine if this were a some type of a diaphragm or something. So we've done a little creative modeling here where we've created a multi-body setup, and we've turned the original design into a construction body, and the interior volume has become the design body, because that's what is going to be returned as a volume to the variable table. So we'll just turn that back on for visual. GoalSeek is here in the evaluate group, and volume is one of the options right there automatically in the variable table. It's currently 1.8, and I happen to know that there's a height, which is the height of the protrusion, that I'm willing to change to achieve my target volume of 2.5 units, and we'll just let that run. You can see it kind of seeks it out in one direction, and if it exceeds it, it moves in the other direction until little by little hones in on the exact value, and it shows me they match here, the current and the target. So then you can just dismiss that and take a look at your design, knowing confidently that that is a 2.5 unit volume diaphragm. Another little example here, just to demonstrate it can be used in assembly as well. We'll go to inspect, turn on the visible center of mass volumes, and I'll show you the We'll look at the axes as well. So the z-axis is the number 3, and the center of mass is a little high. Maybe we're concerned that this chair is a little too top heavy. We'd like to find out what would the design look like if it were the center of gravity or the center of mass were a little lower than that. So we'll go into GoalSeek here, and we're going to be targeting the center of mass in the Z, which is currently 33 inches, and we're going to shoot for maybe 25. Let's see how that looks. And the variable have gotten a little creative here with some inner part links. We're going to adjust the size of the feet to counterbalance the weight of the seat area. So we'll just go ahead and run that. So just an example of using GoalSeek in the assembly environment. I don't think that's a very marketable design, but nonetheless it gives you an example of the possibilities in Solid Edge GoalSeek.